I've said it before. If you are in danger, we go to the police.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Most people spend their lives trying to appear dangerous. They puff out their chest, they raise their voice, they talk big, act loud, pretend they're intimidating. But real danger is never loud. Real danger does not advertise itself. Real danger doesn't need to explain, announce, or convince anyone. Real danger is silent, calculated, calm, and patient. The kind of energy that makes the entire room shift the moment you walk in. That's the difference between people who want to look powerful and people who actually are. Becoming the danger starts inside your mind long before it ever shows up in your presence. It begins when you stop reacting like a victim and start thinking like a strategist, when you stop wasting energy on approval and start investing in discipline, when you stop being guided by emotions and start being guided by decisions. People fear the unpredictable. They fear those who don't break under pressure. They fear those who don't collapse when they're attacked. They fear those who can take pain without flinching. And that's exactly why you must learn to master yourself before you ever try to master the world around you. Weak people chase validation. Dangerous people chase capability. Weak people want attention. Dangerous people want control. Weak people want to be liked. Dangerous people want to be respected. Respect is not given to the loudest voice in the room. It's given to the person whose presence makes everyone else adjust themselves. You don't have to yell when your power speaks louder than your words. To become the danger, you must let go of the childish desire to be understood. People will misunderstand you on purpose. They will project their insecurities onto your ambition. They will criticize your confidence because it exposes their fear. They will say you've changed because your growth makes their comfort look pathetic. Let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them interpret your silence however they want. Silence is a weapon. Silence forces them to reveal themselves. Silence puts the spotlight on their insecurity, not yours. Real danger comes from clarity. Clarity of purpose, clarity of identity, clarity of mission. When you know who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to endure to get it, you become unstoppable. People become dangerous not because they're the strongest, but because nothing distracts them anymore. Not hate, not noise, not fear, not failure. They move forward with a level of focus that can't be shaken by other people's opinions. The day you stop fearing loss is the day you become a threat. The day you stop trying to fit in is the day you become untouchable. The day you stop caring about comfort is the day you become unforgettable. You don't become the danger overnight. You become the danger the moment you outgrow the version of yourself that kept begging for permission.
And every single one of you can relate to this because this is what's difficult about failure. The disappointment is on you. It is your fault and you go through failure alone. But failure has made me who I am today. Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up and I am fired up because I have figured it out.
Most people talk about being dangerous until the moment they actually have to prove it. That's what makes this John Cena moment iconic. He isn't screaming. He isn't begging. He isn't hiding behind excuses or pretending he doesn't care. He stands there with the entire world watching and calls out the Undertaker, a man built from fear, a legend forged from intimidation, a symbol of final judgment in the wrestling world. And Cena does it with the calmness of a man who has already accepted the consequences. Because that's what real danger looks like, stepping into the arena, knowing you might get destroyed, and walking in anyway. Most people crumble before the fight even begins. They collapse under the pressure of what if I lose? They drown in the fear of embarrassment. They destroy their own courage by imagining every possible failure before they even take the first step. Dangerous people think differently. They understand something the weak never will. You don't become powerful by avoiding fear. You become powerful by confronting it. Confrontation isn't aggression. Confrontation is ownership. Ownership of your path, ownership of your choices, ownership of your identity. Being the danger means choosing the fight that terrifies you, because that's the fight that changes you. It means standing face to face with challenges that make lesser men run. It means refusing to hide behind excuses when the moment to rise finally arrives. Everyone wants to feel strong, But only a few are willing to stand in front of their fear and say, "I'm here and I'm not moving." That's why confrontation builds legends, because it exposes who you really are. Danger isn't about attacking people. Danger is about being willing to be seen, being willing to take risks, being willing to chase something so big that the world questions your sanity. When you call out something greater than you, you force yourself to grow into the version of you that can handle it. Most people will never understand that. They think danger is about destruction. No, real danger is about evolution. When John Cena challenged The Undertaker, he wasn't asking for permission. He wasn't seeking approval. He was declaring identity. And identity is the root of all power. Weak people wait to feel ready. They wait for confidence. They wait for support. Dangerous people don't wait. They act, they strike, they move, they step forward even when their legs shake and their heart is pounding. They understand that fear is part of the contract, not a sign to back down. Being dangerous means you are not defined by the outcome. You are defined by your willingness to step into the fire. You can lose, you can fall, you can bleed, but none of that matters, because the moment you confront your biggest fear, you become untouchable. Not because you won, but because you refused to run.
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice. Man, I am dangerous.
You can always tell who the real danger is in any room. It's never the loud one. It's never the one trying to look tough. It's never the one who needs attention to feel powerful. Real danger is the one who doesn't say much, the one who watches, the one who moves with precision, the one whose confidence is built from mastery, not ego. That's why the line from Top Gun lands so hard. You're dangerous. Not because he's shouting, not because he's threatening, but because his presence demands respect without needing a single word. That's the level most people will never reach. Being dangerous isn't about violence. It's about being unshakable, being controlled, being unpredictable. It's about carrying yourself in a way that makes people sense you before you speak. They can't explain it, but they feel it. They feel the discipline. They feel the self-respect. They feel the intensity of someone who knows exactly who they are and exactly what they're capable of. That's what separates real danger from artificial confidence. Presence. Presence is built in the dark. It's built through repetition, discipline, sacrifice, and mastery. It's built through nights when everyone else is sleeping and you're sharpening your mind, your skills, your body, your purpose. Most people will never have presence because presence is earned, not performed. Anyone can act confident for a few minutes. Anyone can fake toughness online. Anyone can talk about being fearless. But when reality hits, when pressure shows up, when the moment gets real, that's when the mask falls and the truth appears. Dangerous people don't need to prove themselves. They don't brag. They don't compare. They don't explain. They carry a level of self-belief that comes from doing the work nobody sees. When you've been through hell, when you've rebuilt yourself from pain, when you've lost everything and still stood back up, you don't need approval. You don't need praise. You don't need to convince anyone. Your presence speaks for you. The reason presence is dangerous is because it's unpredictable. People can't manipulate you. They can't provoke you. They can't read you. They don't know what you're thinking, what you're planning, or what you're capable of. That uncertainty makes them cautious. That caution becomes respect, and that respect becomes power. Real danger isn't physical, it's psychological. It's knowing that your silence carries more weight than their noise. Most people want attention. Dangerous people want mastery. Most people want to be visible. Dangerous people want to be effective. Most people want to be liked. Dangerous people want to be undeniable. You don't become the danger by pretending to be strong. You become the danger by being the person who doesn't break, doesn't flinch, doesn't fold. Being the danger has nothing to do with intimidation tactics, loud behavior, or manufactured confidence. Real danger is built from the inside out. It's in the discipline you hold when no one is watching. It's in the self-control you maintain when your emotions want to take over. It's in the standards you refuse to lower, even when others mock you for them. You don't become dangerous by trying to impress people. You become dangerous by becoming someone who doesn't need them. People fear what they can't predict, what they can't break, what they can't shake. When you stop reacting to insults, people get uncomfortable. When you stop chasing approval, people get confused. When you stop explaining yourself, people get intimidated. Presence speaks louder than any threat, and consistency speaks louder than any boast. Being the danger is about knowing exactly who you are and refusing to apologize for it. The world doesn't respect the loudest person in the room. It respects the one who walks in and instantly changes the temperature, the one who doesn't compete with anyone because he's too focused on mastering himself, the one who doesn't get distracted by gossip, noise, or envy, the one who moves with purpose and doesn't give insecurity a place to sit. Greatness isn't about becoming violent. It's about becoming undeniable. Becoming the kind of person who can't be manipulated, controlled, or broken. The kind of person who thinks clearly in chaos. The kind of person who protects their energy, guards their mind, and executes without hesitation. You don't announce danger. You become it. And once you become it, the world adjusts to you, not the other way around.